The National Basketball Association and the Charlotte Hornets are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting the play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to...
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Live coverage of the NBA here on 2K Sports. A happy Sunday evening to you and yours. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Filipowski's out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's Markkanen. Then it's MP. And it's Bailey in at the shooting guard position. And for the Hornets, Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Plumlee out there with Williams, and it's Connaughton in at the 3 spot. Possessions can end until somebody grabs a rebound. Greg, two of the best on the boards are facing off tonight. They prioritize rebounding.
And getting those extra possessions can really break a team's will. When excellent rebounding teams play, everyone has to work a little harder to secure the ball.
MP is a cool customer from 3. Great form from the up-and-coming player.
Plumlee, no luck. MP against Miller. The 3 from MP. And that one is off. Right side, Ball. Tries the spin move. Great spin move to the bucket. What a move.
Hey, Ball has tremendous confidence, oozing with confidence. He feels like he can cross up anybody defending.
On the wing, MP. Covered by Miller. Sinks the triple. MP's got 6 points.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
So, GA Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Outside Williams. Back to Ball. There's the triple. Again, Ball missing.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
When MP uses his vertical like that, I can get with it. I mean, athleticism should not be wasted.
The Hornets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside, Ball. No good, unable to end this run.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Markkanen passes to Filipowski, and he comes up with the deuce.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Brendan Miller. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 21 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And every team wants a scorer to give them a lift off the bench, and that's just what he brings.
Well, he's instant offense. I mean, the game's momentum can be going one way, then bam, the scoring turns the tide. Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
Bailey passes to MP. The tray. Ball with the rebound. Utah comes into this one after the win against the Suns.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
And there's the bucket from MP.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
And the shot is good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Ball with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pass to MP. For the 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
That's already 5 made triples in the first quarter. What a start.
Now here's Plumlee. Scoreless thus far. The kick out to Ball. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
Ball will not let his opponent just own the arc. He can knock it down from there, too. So competitive.
Lebowski passes to MP. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. This one for 3. And the Jazz another 3.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
Ball, a special move before the shot. Ball's got 10 points.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
And here's MP for 3. Domination in the first quarter has been pretty lopsided. Jazz out in front. They're up by 11. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Connaughton. Left side, Sexton. No good from outside.
He was wide open. That miss clearly on him.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Taking a look at the Jazz. MP out there with Collier. Then there's Markkanen. Then there's Bailey. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And again, the Hornets missing. Jazz leading by 16. And now Allie Lepore says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Back to you guys.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Here's MP. And he's good on the 3-ball. MP's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Jazz. And so Sexton will bring it up for Charlotte. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
Plumlee is checked in for the Hornets. Brandon Miller comes in for Colin Sexton. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Filipowski comes in for Collier. Ball feeling it out a bit. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yes, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Ball with the bucket.
Tell you what, the competitive spirit of Ball, I absolutely love it. This guy is relentless.
Filipowski passes to MP. Fires for three, and Utah another three.
They are winning this game largely because of his efforts.
Here's Ball. He's got 12. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Williams sends a screen for Miller. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
He's lifting up this team with his offensive output. What a big-time quarter for him.
MP against Ball. Clock at 6. From deep. He can't get it to go. And so it's Utah in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action in just a minute.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
I think for the Jazz, right now a lot of teams are still figuring things out, shuffling rotations, and players are trying to get their timing back.
Yeah, plenty of adjustments in the early stages. And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Utah Jazz.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a whole other half to go, but the way they're winning this makes them the heavy favorite now. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him, body him up, be physical with him.
The Hornets shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Clark, the Hornets with a bunch of promising young players, hoping they can jumpstart this rebuild.
And if guys like LaMelo and Brandon Miller can stay healthy, Kevin, that's going to be key. It would not surprise me at all to see them make a big jump forward.
Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Williams is out there with Pat Connaughton. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Charles Lee. And here is Ball. Following the three-pointer by MP. Great crossover to get three. Ball's got 14 points.
Boy, I really like that aggressiveness from Ball, taking it right into the defense.
The three from MP. And Utah, another three.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Charlotte moving it around. Miller with a screen on MP. Again, Ball missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And there's the bucket from MP.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Now, here is Miller. Just 5 to shoot. Hits the jump hook. He's got 16.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
The 3 from MP. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Williams can't hit. Utah's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting.
Smart pass by MP. Great to see a young player making the right decisions with the ball.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 16. And the wide open shot from Connaughton. Off target with his 3. Here's MP. That's tipped. They push it up 4 on 3. Miller dishes the ball from downtown. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Charlotte calls timeout. Some changes for Charlotte. Sexton, he's checked in for Plumlee. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Ball.
Back door.
Miller with the ball. Outside, Sexton. 1:06 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. And that one hits back iron. The Jazz have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Now, here's Sexton. Outside Williams. To halt the run, trains the three-pointer.
When Williams stretches his range beyond the arc, it makes it tough on defenses.
On the wing, MP. Dinwiddie covering. A nice shot by MP.
Boy, he's been a monster this quarter, carrying the load for sure.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams with the ball, now guarded by Nurkic. And it's Miller penetrating. Here's Williams. The rebound by Niang.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
The 3 from MP. Beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Utah out in front, running away with this one. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it
checked in for the Jazz. And so here's Charlotte. Outside ball. Back to Williams. Miller surveying the floor. From outside, off the mark. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Taking a look at the Jazz. We've got Collier. Niang out there with Nurkic. Then it's MP. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. And yet another basket.
And he has all the tools and the desire.
Now tied for second most 60-point games. What a career he's had. My goodness. Connaughton kicks to Miller. Pass the ball. Shoots it up. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Ball's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he can carry a team. We've seen it from Ball before, and we're seeing it again.
A 3 from MP. Good, another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Ball no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Jazz.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
There's Ball with the 3. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. And as always, we appreciate you joining us right here tonight on 2K. We'll see you next time.
For MP is tough. You're gonna luck your way into that.
Hey, there he is. My favorite client and the team's newest starter. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Austin. Yeah. It's all pretty exciting now, isn't it?
Hey, listen, this is just the first step towards you becoming the face of the franchise.
Oh, well, I like how that sounds.
But it won't be easy, though. You gotta establish yourself as the best player on a championship caliber team.
Oh, is that all?
Listen, but if you do it, the rewards are off the charts, man.
Yeah, well, you know me, Austin. I'm not ever scared, and I'm just crazy enough to believe I could do anything.
That's why I love you, MP. Never change.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. And here's what the Utah Jazz schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Timberwolves matchup, seems like the season's flying by as that's already their 10th contest of the year. The pecking order in the league starting to take shape.
Here are the starters for Utah. They've got Kyle Filipowski. MP is out there with Keontae George. Then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Markkanen in at the 3. And for Boston, at the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Derek White out there with Anthony Simons, and it's Garza in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Looking at these teams tonight, Richard, they are half-court teams, tend to grind out possessions.
Oh, it's old school basketball, as they like to say, and it's not the high-flying offenses we're used to seeing. Both teams like to slow it down.
6 to shoot. Tatum from long range. It's rebounded by George. On offense, here's Utah. Here's MP. And the layup is good off the glass.
Great to see MP look for his shot, especially when he's near the hoop.
Pass to Simons. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for 3. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
On the wing, MP. He's covered by Simons. MP, that one's good.
You like to see the young confidence from MP. Just fires right back with an answer of 3.
Right side, Tatum. Garza's shot is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's MP. Really played well against Charlotte in his last game. And out of bounds. The Celtics will take it. He's really been spectacular lately. Here's your Western Conference Player of the Week, MP.
When you think about everything he's done on the offensive end, he's more than deserving of this award. He put his team on his back when it came to putting points on the board.
Those assist numbers from Brown have continued to creep up.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
See, this is what makes him complete. Tatum doesn't settle, puts the ball on the floor, uses his length to finish.
And here's MP from outside. Another three for Utah.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Simons, a screen on Markkanen. And here's Brown for three. Utah grabs the miss. Coming off a win against the Hornets.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
And the mental game you talk about, a lot comes down to coaching. Having your players focused.
Here's White, following the three by Utah. He shoots it. Kessler with a rebound.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
And here's MP from outside. Drops in the three. MP's got 17 points.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. He's checked in for Boston. Shireman comes in for Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. MP really making a difference here.
They really need to reshape their defense. They have to get out to him quicker to slow his three-point attack.
We've got Derek White. Chris Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Keita in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. And Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
He's more than capable. Okay, Shams, thank you. Boucher a screen on George. White, the pass to Keita. Back to White. Boucher on the screen. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. He's got 10.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
The three ball. MP buries the triple.
How about the confidence right there by young MP just stepping right into that three.
And here's White. Last game for him, he picked up 10. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
MP shot is good.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Simons. And there's the screen. Up top, Hauser fires from deep. It's rebounded by George. MP outside from the arc. And again, it's Utah with a three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. They trail by 14. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Here's Boucher for 3. Utah with the rebound. Here's George. Again, Utah good for 2.
And he's a crafty scorer for a young player. George is always going to find the gaps in the defense.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And Boston with some changes. Tatum comes in for Boucher, and it's Jaylen Brown in for Derek White. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Filipowski comes in for Bailey. Now here's Tatum. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Houston. And here's Simons outside. Kessler with a rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Buries it from 3.
The offensive successes due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Brown passes to Hauser. And here's Simons, covered by MP. To the inside. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
Simons against MP. No good from outside.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Tatum passes to Brown. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Utah. They're on a 19-4 run. George with the bucket.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Now Tatum from deep three-point land. MP getting it done for Utah. Training 5 threes in that quarter. 5. This guy's locked in. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
You take a look at Utah, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Utah Jazz.
They've been locked in. I mean, locked in. They know what they want, and they know how to get it. Kind of like Shaq at the barbecue.
Say, Diesel, what's your favorite dish at a cookout?
Cereal in a bowl.
At a barbecue?
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And Richard, with floor spacing so critical, ball handlers want their teammates to be shot ready.
Oh yeah, having your feet square, knees bent, hands ready, because ultimately if you're shot ready, your percentages go up. If your percentages go up, so does your money.
So the Jazz 5 right now. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's MP, then there's Keontae George, and it's Markkanen and it's small forward. So it's Boston now, following the 3 by Utah. Tatum, good.
Taking matters into his own hands, Tatum gets those 3 points back in a hurry.
Jazz leading by 20. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Guys?
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Fires in the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 5. Simons outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Jazz have gone 3 of 3 in the second half. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Utah.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Here's Tatum. It's Brown on the wing to the middle. Here's Garza. The rebound by Markkanen.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
On the wing, MP. He's covered by Simons. MP, that one's good.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Here's MP, following the bucket by Boston. For 3. Good! That's another bucket!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Pass to Brown. Three-pointer. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 5th rebound in this one.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And good! There's another!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Tatum, a screen on Markkanen. Brown drives in. And the jam by Brown.
When you want an emphatic finish, Brown is the man you are looking for. He does not waste opportunities like that.
And finished off by Kessler.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Simons outside. And here's Brown for 3. Connects from downtown. Brown's got 10 points.
There is zero hesitation from Brown. This man is always ready to fire.
From deep, MP. Another 3 for Utah.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
For Boston, they've gone 4 of 8 in the third. Brown passes to Garza. Outside Tatum. Pass to Garza. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Simons outside. Knocks down the triple. Simons has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And the basket by MP.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Outside Tatum. And he makes it on the layup. 9 points in the game.
It's always good for this offense when Tatum is putting pressure on their interior defense.
On the wing, MP. Another one falls. Amazing.
I can't believe I'm saying this. He's now 2nd in 60-point games all time.
Tapping into his full arsenal, night in, night out. And so it's Utah, building an insurmountable lead. Come on, they're up 38 points at the end of the quarter. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. More 2K action in just a moment. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
Changes here for the Celtics. Garza's checked in for Queta. Jason Tatum comes in for Boucher. And Derek White subbed in for Hauser. MP's checked in for Utah. White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Garza in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5. MP's shot is off.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. Just missed it.
And finished off by Tatum.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. Better be careful. You're trying to stop that.
From deep, MP knocks it down from distance.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. Give the defender credit, willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
This one for 3. Good! Another from 3.
And this three-point shooting performance has been insane. Everything is going in for him.
It's been a historic night for him, closing in on the 4th most threes in a single game. Here's Brown. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in his matchup.
He's either too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
Utah making a switch here. Sensaball's checked in. You know, for a team that's had deep playoff runs almost every year recently, the Celtics fell short last season, RJ.
Well, injuries and other factors played into that. But there's so much parity in the NBA right now. There is no team invincible come playoff time.
The shot by Garza, no good. Utah's gone 4 of 8 from three-point land during the 4th.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Jazz.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for MP.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Here's Tatum, following the 3 by Utah. Can they get it? Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
Good job by Tatum to exploit the space just outside the arc.
On the wing, MP. He's covered by Simons. And here's MP from connects again from distance.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Chalk up 2 there.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
It's a shame, really. If they had been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
From downtown, and again for 3.
All game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is nothing stopping his shot.
And you know this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game the world never forgets. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports.